Hello, everybody. Happy solstice. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. It's been a long time since I've made any videos because I normally post them a month in advance. But today I'm actually loading this video up today for the celebration. And I want to talk about ways for you to celebrate this entire weekend. It's for the summer solstice. It's a wonderful time of year for rebirth, renewal, setting intentions, connecting with Mother Earth and nature. And today I will be celebrating with my dance students. Many of you know me as a psychic medium from this channel, but I'm also a belly dance teacher for 35 years or something like that. And today, some of my students will be performing as well at our celebration. So I want to talk a little bit about ways to invite that renewal in. There's so many wonderful ways, but first I'll just talk about what I'm doing today. First off, as you can tell, I'm dressing up into my goddess energy by wearing these wonderful flower crowns that my friend Janine gave me, and a bindi, a crystal bindi. So if you can't get a crystal bindi where you live, if you don't have a way to order it, because maybe you don't like to do online ordering, all you need is an old earring or something. Even like sometimes people send you cards with sparkly things on them. You can cut that out. And you just take this thing called spirit gum glue. And I buy it every year at the Halloween stores when the Halloween stores open. And it's this really strong glue. You have to be careful because it's strong. Um, it's good to apply over makeup because I have some powder on. Oh my God, I'm blushing. I don't know why. I'm blushing at the thought of all this. Because if I put it on bare skin, it's so strong that it can pull at your skin. But an alternative that is not as strong, but very, very good, is eyelash glue. So, and I like to also I'm wearing all my crystals. I'm wearing, I always wear the black tourmaline with the quartz, so the tourmalated quartz, and I'm wearing these amethyst earrings in the front. I'm wearing this beautiful pendant from my friend Susan. She is on the other side of the veil. Maybe she'll come in today. I'm inviting her in case she wants to come in and join us. And all my crystals, right? So getting into dressing up is one way, not, to put on makeup, wear things that you don't normally wear, in to channel that goddess, divine feminine energy. Very important this time of year. You want to do that. I could do it anytime, but oh boy, for the summer solstice, you want to have that divine feminine, even if you're a male. Just find, some nurturing way for yourself. Nurture yourself or nurture others. Channel that divine feminine. Cook for other people. I've been cooking for days until 1 a.m. last night. And I have more, I have more cooking to do. A little more cooking to do after. And I'm making so much food. And part of summer solstice is that abundance. So I told everybody, I said, bring a container. I always like to tell my guests this, bring a container because all the food is made with so much love, and everything is homemade, everything is whole foods, all vegetarian, vegan, and of course, all the entrees are vegan, but I have some regular cookies at the end because I thought this little boy was coming, and the I got some cookies for him. He normally comes with his mom, but yeah, so celebrate, it's nice to celebrate with plant-based meal, but if you don't, it's okay. Do what your conscience, what feels right for you. I like plant-based because it carries the light and it's kind, because I love animals so much. But whole foods, like, from scratch, right? Not processed. I'm not doing anything processed vegan. Um, a lot of beans and stuff from the garden and stuff from the farmer's market, and right from scratch. So it carries the light, especially all the ones that I'm going to freshly pick from my garden for the salad. And for the dessert, I'm doing one of the desserts is I'm cutting up this watermelon, and I'm going to shave the lemon rind, and then I'm going to drizzle the fresh lemon juice over it, and then just to make more of that beautiful goddess energy, I'm going to take the purple sage flowers off my plants because I have sage growing in my garden and they're edible. But you could take any kind of edible flower, make sure it's organic. You didn't buy it from a florist because it won't be sprayed with pesticides and toxic. So you want to, there's so many edible flowers that are available. You could just go on the internet and look up edible flowers and wild edible flowers like in your garden, depending where you live. Like we just had the violets, the little violets, where I live in Philadelphia about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, but now it's a little too hot. But if you live further north, you'll have violets coming out. If you're in a colder climate, now violets would be low to the ground. They're so good for you. They really help clear your throat and help you with the change of seasons. So any type of edible flower, sprinkle on that watermelon and with that nice citrus. Oh my God, it's so good. Most people think just to cut up watermelon. No, make it like sacred. Add that special artistic flair, especially for a holiday, holiday weekend, celebration with other people. You want to do these things that make people feel something when they look at it and when they taste it. So when you have a presentation that inspires, gets inside you, just gets inside you. And that's why I tell everyone, bring your container, the take home things, because there's so much good energy when you come to my events, and there's so much love in that food. When I'm cooking, I'm thinking all these beautiful high vibe things. Sometimes I'm praying while I cook. And when I'm preparing for an event, I'm calling in my angels and guides to let everything flow, let everything work out. I have a story about that right after. But about the tornado that could have ruined this event, the tornado in my backyard the other day. But my angels and guides were with me just to make that tree fall in just the right spot that causes the least amount of damage. A 5-story tree. Oh, Lordy. All right. So, yes. So when you take that food home and you have it later that evening as a late night snack or the next day for lunch or dinner, you can remember all the good things from celebrating with others, and it's in you more. It's like in you more, resonating inside you. It's not just food you bought from somewhere or cooked in a rush. You know, it has a different vibration because it's everything is energy, and food is energy. As we know, it's energy, but there's more to the food than what is physically in front of you, right? So that's why things made with love, things grown from the garden, and have that beautiful sun energy, which is so important this time of year to get that sun in you, that vitamin D, but that direct sunlight is very different than taking vitamin D. And a really simple thing, which will happen naturally today, is drinking water infused with sunlight, right? So I have some filtered water prepared in dark glass bottles. I'm going to leave them out in the sunlight for a bit to bring in that sunlight energy as people drink. I also prepared some mint water from my garden. I have chocolate mint. You could look that up. It gives this creme de menthe flavor to my water. And I put a lot of this whole stems with all the leaves in the bottle. It looks so pretty. And then I also add, if you don't have to do this, but because it's hot out here this time of year, so if you're in the northern hemisphere, northern hemisphere equator, you're really hot. So I want to have a cooling effect, and mint has a cooling effect. But I also learned this from Ayurveda that if you add sweet basil seed, very different than the basil plant we grow, and it's not Tulsi either. You can get it in the Indian store, and I'll talk more about that under my elixirs. I'll do a video on summer elixirs that are sacred, and that that bring love and life into your body and just, bring you up to a higher vibration. So I'll do a whole video about that. But you can add some of those seeds. You can even add some coconut water. I'm just going to do the seeds and the mint today. And they're these little tiny black seeds, and they turn pearl-like, like a ghostly gray pearl, light gray pearl color, and they expand. They're so beautiful. So again, adding that beauty, that divine feminine energy. So even if you're a male and you're not going to wear some men might want to wear the bindi and the crowns, but most men probably won't. But you could serve your guests these loving elixirs that cool and then have that garden element to them, and or just have them yourself. Go out on a hike and bring this bottle, this mint water with you. I often add mint to my drinks the night before, or even the morning of. I just stick it in my water bottle. I have it growing in my garden. I have two kinds of mint growing in my garden, tons of it. So, if you were my neighbor, you would be like my neighbors. There's an unending supply. And sometimes I throw strawberries in my water and just enjoy them on the hike as well. I cut them up and I put different berries, but the strawberries are done, and my neighbors got to enjoy that picking while they were in abundance. So I'll just want to also the other thing I do, I love to celebrate with crowns, like these kind of crowns or tiaras. I used to have a video series called Tiaras and Tea, where I did oracle and tarot readings, and each one had a special subject, and I would read viewer comments, but they weren't so popular. So I don't do that series anymore. And oh, I almost dropped the drink all over my computer because the light fell. But, how do I know if somebody likes something? You got to hit the like button. If I don't see a lot of likes or subscriptions come off a video, then I've thought, oh, you don't like it. And I don't do them anymore. But anyway, if you like this kind of stuff that I'm doing today, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe or hit the notifications bell. I'm going to show you my crowns, my tiaras and things that I'm going to pass out around the party, right? I'm going to pass out. So some people are very goth. If somebody's very goth, they can wear that crown. If somebody loves, quartz, right? They can wear this beautiful crystal. And I have also this style, which is up in the air, yeah, kind of like that. And I have this other kind, like baked crystals. They're baked. So these are quartz. And they bake them with different metals that turn them color. They'll bake them for a year, year and a half. Here's another one. So I even have, if somebody wants to really get into the summer spirit, I've got the mermaid crystals, the mermaid tiaras, right? A whole basket. When I used to do the mermaid retreats. So I have these kind of beautiful tiaras that I like to pass out to my guests, my students, right? For a photo op. It's just fun. It's just fun because not everybody has all this stuff at home like I do, and you want to celebrate with the season. So the other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to be walking barefoot a lot because walking barefoot and connecting to the ground, it's called earthing. And I have a lot of nice wild thyme, THYME, growing where there used to be grass, and I hate cutting grass. I don't know what this grass thing ever got started here in America. It's insane. I like natural, natural things that would normally grow. So I have wild thyme along with the violets and dandelions growing in my yard. And I actually put some of the wild dandelions in my cooking, in my roasted veggies last night. So I'm going to be serving that with that one's going to go with the pasta dish. But anyway, I'm just going to read some other ways. I asked AI, what are some of the ways people celebrate solstice, to give everyone like some other ideas if you don't, if you want to think of something else. The main thing is connecting with the sun, right? Solstice, By the way, when solstice happens, I don't realize you realize is it, I don't think any people realize the sun seems to stand still for days. So this whole weekend, um, when solstice happens compared to the equinoxes, like the autumn and spring equinoxes, it's a very different phenomenon. The solstice is like a portal. It's like a gateway. That's what the ancients believed. That's why they put so much effort into their structures. So they would measure like the path of the sun, and the sun would be moving along the one way. And then on solstice, it would hit this one point, and they would always have the structure where the sun is in this midpoint, right? Where it stands still, because the solstices means like standing still with the sun, the solstice. And then it will go in a different path because our earth is tilted, right? On an axis. You could look that up. It's amazing to go look into the astronomy of the solstice. But yeah, so anything where you're outdoors. So I'm going to have a party outdoors soon. And, just soaking up that sun. Um, you know, if I weren't having a party today, I would be hiking. It's a beautiful day. But meditation, meditating outside is a really good way because this is the longest day of the year. The sun sets the latest, and I love when the sun will set at the latest hour because on those days I have free, which are not many, I love to go hiking and I want to stay out as long as I can. So if the sun is setting at 8:30 p.m., I'm thrilled because I will hike until 8:30 p.m. That's how I am. Yeah, so and of course, the AI is saying make some flower crowns, things like that. Go for a swim. A lot of you are going for a swim today. Some of you have headed to the beach early, right? And another thing is to watch the sunrise and watch the sunset. It's so important to connect with these. We have so many buildings blocking our view. We're not in touch with that. I was more in touch with it when I was young because even though I live in relatively the same area I did when I was young, there's 5 times the amount of buildings and they're way taller. And people made their homes taller. So it's hard. Ooh, there goes the light. Um, yeah, so stargaze. Some people like to do rituals, like create a solstice altar. You can decorate it with flowers and candles and meaningful objects, like things that have a meaning to you. Like if I like maybe I would put a pink heart on my altar, something like that, to bring love, or let's just say, oh my God, I love going to the beach. I intend to go to the beach this summer. Please let me have some camping trips. You know, I'm putting that like intention, like, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach and feel like a mermaid, and get into my mermaid mode. Or, you know, you could write intentions would be a good time. You can even put like a list of things you want to do all summer, like almost like a bucket list, right? You can express gratitude. It's the most powerful thing you can do is to express gratitude and to release negative energy. And of course, AI recommends hosting a feast to like bring in that abundance, right? Share food with others, right? And a fun thing that I would normally be doing today, but I'm only going to show up for a little bit if I can make it because my show had to get this whole celebration got changed. And it's the same day my friend is hosting a solstice feast with crafts. So they're doing collage art. And we normally do that together. I think I've shown you some videos of us doing that. And it's really nice to make a craft associated with the solstice. And it's just wonderful. But celebrate. Don't just do nothing or don't just do the normal ho hum thing. Do something special, you know, with every season. And I want to hear what you do. Like, tell me what you're doing f- for this holiday. Um, it is a holiday. It's just not a national holiday where I live. And although it's not a religious holiday for me, I just celebrate it because it's nature, it's nature, Earth, Mother Earth calling, you know, and all the star beings. I feel that energy of the longest day of the year and the shift of everything happening. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for renewal. So let me uh let me see in the comments what you're gonna do or what you'd like to do next time. There's still time this weekend. And especially if you live in the United States, I know in Australia it's already going to be, you don't have as much time because you're a day ahead of us. But those from down under in New Zealand and in the Philippines, some of my viewers. So you're ahead, but for those of you who have more time, think of what you're going to do tomorrow. Thank you for listening. And it is free to subscribe. And I will be loading up a ton of videos this week for my members. And I know that so many of my members want Keanu Reeves videos. Those will be for my Oracle members, for my VIP Oracle members, because some people don't like them, so they're not going to be for everybody. I'm going to do them just for the VIP. And by the way, I'm going to be doing a drawing this month, I believe. When I reach 5,000 subscribers, I'm almost there. I'm going to give away a free reading valued at $110. So if you are an Oracle member, your name will be put in that live drawing that I'll be doing. I'll be doing it live. I'll be pulling in all the Oracle members, and hopefully you'll be in there. But even if you're not present during that live stream, it will be recorded and put up for you to find your name later, and all you have to do is respond in the comments who you are, because I'll know it's you because you'll have your YouTube handle, and then you can contact me later to get your reading. We'll connect. So thank you, everyone. Happy solstice. All right, happy summer solstice. Bye.